What's up guys, Brian Phobos here. Just want to make a quick cryptocurrency video update. Bitcoin is almost up to $7,800. What should you do? What am I doing? I don't know what you should do. Honestly, it is definitely up to everybody's individual situation. For me, we are not to the 5x numbers. Now, when I talk 5x, I'm mainly talking alts, because for Bitcoin to get 5x, that's obviously a lot bigger run. But stuff like Litecoin, EOS, those kind of things from my cost basis, we're not at 5x. And if you guys saw my last video, I talked about waiting, to 5x, 20x, or 5x, 10x, 20x, that kind of thing, and kind of my approach with that. Now, we have ran a lot faster than I thought we were going to. I was prepared to be waiting a lot longer to get up to these price levels, but hey, that's how crypto is. Sometimes it takes off like a rocket and it comes down like a guillotine. So you have to be ready, but also you have to be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. Warren Buffett, famous quote from Warren Buffett, and it is very true for investments in general. So that is one of the things that I'm keeping in mind. And about the time I start getting text and stuff like that from people that I haven't heard from for 6 months, 8 months, that kind of thing about cryptocurrencies, that sets off alarms in my head. That is when I know I should be worried. So that is happening. People are bringing it up. And yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes you have to be greedy, and then other times don't be greedy. It's kind of like finding these morels. You gotta be patient, but also you have to be greedy in the fact that you got to keep looking, but you have to be patient or you'll give up too soon. Cryptocurrency is it's the same, man. It's like you kind of get to a point. It's like, obviously, if you looked at a lot of my buy orders in December, there were a lot of people that actually came out and told me they thought I was throwing like all my money away. And I was like, no, I was just converting my money to the people's money. I mean, that's all I was doing. In a lot of those investments, if you look at Litecoin, my cost basis is really under $30. So, we see where it's at now, almost $90. So, that's a good run. Now, I'm probably not going to sell any Litecoin, not going to sell any EOS, not going to sell any Monero. Those are my 3 core kind of holdings. I might convert some Bitcoins to EOS because of this June 1st announcement. And I think that it could really kind of, I don't know, they're making it out to be a big deal. So hopefully it's as big of a deal as they're making it out to be. Also, another thing too is you can earn from the REX now, the resource exchange. So that's it. One thing to take into consideration is that, you can earn more. And so the play would be, and let's just say I did it with 1 Bitcoin, then I would switch it to EOS, utilize the REX for more earnings. And if we look at Bitcoin dominance right now, it is way up there. I think as high as it's been since 2017. So that also worries me, because really when it boils down to it, most people aren't going to be able to afford an entire Bitcoin. And so they're going to look for the next thing. Also, Ethereum hit $200 again. And, I dollar cost average into that too. Even though, Ethereum has scaling issues and stuff, I do see it going, back to all-time highs again, all that kind of stuff. So people say, well, why would you sell out of this market? Again, it's kind of, we have ran way faster than I thought. And I don't think a lot of the people that have been burned from the last, 2017, 2018 boom, obviously like January 2018, and then it fell off a cliff in February. The people that got burned from that, there's a lot of people that aren't able to pick up the pieces and re-enter the market at this point. So, I think we have a ways to go. I think we will have a pullback at some point, but it is kind of funny. My video from March 6th, it got 300 views saying you probably missed the Bitcoin bottom. And I see some of these videos with these guys drawing all these lines and using all the pseudoscience. and it's like they're wrong over and over again. I saw a video, and there's some people in the comments kind of calling it out, but Alessio Rastani, he has a good demeanor. He has a good demeanor and stuff, and I think that you know, he's just seeing his viewpoint from his analysis and stuff like that. But really, when it boils down to it, hasn't worked out for those guys, and the people who are waiting for a lower low, lower than 3,150, they're probably not feeling too good right now. So I don't know. You know, it's just you got a dollar cost average in, you don't know where the bottom is, and then you know, at one point when stuff started to kind of pick up, I stopped putting in as many orders. But I would say if you didn't put in orders, I think that when we do have a pullback, it is a chance to look for opportunities in altcoins like Zcash. Never really ran that much. You know, a lot of this other stuff. I'm trying to think, like maybe some others like IOTA didn't run that much. You know, EOS really, I mean, even where it's at right now in the fives, I don't know. It's really hard saying. It's really, really hard saying, but maybe look at all opportunities in alts and start trying to cost average in there. And if we get a very harsh pullback in Bitcoin, then maybe start trying to build a bigger position there. It's really hard to say because it has ran a lot. I mean, 3,150 to 7,800. I mean, that's significant. So percentage wise and just money wise. So we'll see how the psychology kind of plays out on this one. But 7,800 was the number that in my head I had, that, you know, and like Ethereum 200, Ethereum $200, because, you know, I mean, there was definitely a day where I was buying Ethereum for 85 bucks. And, you know, and then Litecoin, I think we got more run there because of the halvening. And I mean, even if you say like, okay, a lot of the buy orders are going to end, you know, maybe a month before the halvening. I don't know. It's just really hard to say on supply and demand on that. We could have a pullback in Litecoin at some point, kind of after the fact. But anyway, guys, that's my assessment right now. Don't get too greedy. You know, it's like these morels. Sometimes, like, I'll get greedy. I'll find like one by itself, and I'll be like, man, why isn't there like a big batch of them? You know, and then you'll start to almost like get upset, and it's just like, well, if you keep finding one here, one there, you know, it adds up. Then you got half a bag full or something, and then yeah, you keep looking, and then you do find that spot that has 5 or 6 of these. So, does anybody else? They smell like they taste. I love these things. They're literally a delicacy, I would say, second to truffles. You know, the truffles are super expensive, but morels, it's been a very good season. So anyway, we're in the height of, I would say, the yellow season. But keep stacking more crypto. Keep going at it. Don't get discouraged, but don't get too greedy at the same time. It really depends where you're at. If you need the money in the next 6 months, maybe you should take some profits. If you don't need the money, it doesn't matter. So anyway, follow me on all social media at Brian Phobos, YouTube, Instagram, Steemit, Twitter, Bear Shares, Weekoo, Whale Shares, Friendster, MySpace.